How we doing, everybody? Welcome back to Little Shop of Nightmares. Today I'm going to be working on, well, we're going to continue with our paint theme. And I had an idea, and I tried it out before I actually filmed this video to see if it would work. And it's going to work pretty good, I believe. Of course, with, all things, it's going to need some tweaking, of course. But anyway, this is the pink Flamingo blank inlace acrylister that we're going to work on today, and be making a one of the PSI slimline pens, slimline click pens. What is the Slimline Pro Gel Rider or something? I think is what it's listed as. But anyway, I thought I'd bring you guys along for it, and well, let's get started. All right, see if we can get her drilled out here. My head out of the way. Yeah, didn't have no blowout on that one, so it's done pretty good. I put a, I took a, let me pull the drill down here where you can see it. I took a silver marker, silver Sharpie, and just made a line on my bit to let me know when I'm getting close to being through. Seems to work out pretty good doing it that way. Centered up here. Well, those Brad point drill bits are a lot easier to center than these, but I think the regular, what do they call it, chisel point or whatever, I think the standard cut on the drill bit works better on these acrylic blanks. They don't seem to blow out as bad. And there's that one in good shape. I'll get these glued up and I'll bring you guys back. All right, everybody, I got them glued up. We're gonna get them trimmed real quick. Got our first one up here. it back on the lathe, and we'll go over the idea. All right. The idea, you know, when turning these right here, they're real brittle. So when you're knocking those corners off, that's where you get most of your fractures and breaks and things at. So I picked up one of these. It's what they call it, a band file. Some people call it a detail sander. It's got a bunch of different names. But anyway, it takes a 1/2 inch by 18 belt, and I'm going to do this with my lathe in reverse. You can do it on a forward, you know, a non-reversible lathe, but you just have to hold it upside down underneath and all that good stuff. But I am going to turn a vacuum on because this is very dusty, so I will mute it while I get this. We're just going to knock the corners off, kind of start rounding it a little bit. But anyway, here we go. As you can see, it got a
corners knocked off, and we're not quite round.
Things right there can be called finished. I tell you folks, The acrylic acetate is a lot more forgiving as far as turning goes, but I don't think anything finishes any better than that inlace acrylister as far as shining up and all that stuff. I mean, it's brittle, but man, it turns out really nice. It's so easy to put a shine on. And anyway, let me get this thing slapped together and I'll bring you guys back. All right, everybody, we got it thrown together. You guys have seen me put these together before. I like that blank. It looks really good. It's got a little, I don't know, iridescent shimmer to it or something other. I don't know what you call it. Pearlescent, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But anyway, it looks really nice. And of course, those Penn State kits, they're really top notch in my opinion. I'm sure there's probably better kits out there on the market, but for the money, the fit and finish on the Penn State stuff is really nice. The one thing I'm not, it's like every kit they have, which I mean it's common, but every kit they offer, like bushings, are proprietary. Turn that fan off, maybe you guys can hear me. But you know, that's to be expected. Sometimes you'll run across kits that bushings will interchange. You just have to do your measurements, you know, do your research. And granted, bushings are what, $4, $5, $6 a set usually. So it's not that big of an expenditure, but you know, if you can save $5, save $5. But anyway, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this, maybe learned something. I kind of like the belt sander idea thing. It worked out, you know, pretty good. It's not a perfect solution, but are there really any? None that I've found anyway. You might be able to get like a big 3-inch wide belt sander or something and do better, but that's a lot of weight, a lot of aggravation. I've got one, but actually, as old as it is, I'm not sure it'll fit in between this. When I get everything clamped up, I'm not sure it'll fit in between the centers. But anyway, thanks for your time, hanging out with us. And if you've enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. And we'll see you on the next one.